Joe in California, thanks for holding. You're on the air worldwide. How may I serve you today?
Thanks for having me on the show, Alex.
Thank you.
I want to talk about Rand Paul. I think that we have a great opportunity to really make some huge changes in supporting, someone that can really change the country, and that would probably be either Ted Cruz or Rand Paul. And I think that we all have a duty to take some action and tithe towards his campaign. And I think that we can all commit, regardless of who we think is the right one to do the job, to putting out $300, $500, $1,000, or if we have a business, maybe a couple thousand. But Hillary said that she made an error last time around because she put a bunch of her money in towards the general election instead of the primary. And the primary is where these guys really need a lot of support. And I think that it'd just be so amazing if we could all commit to making some good headway with that.
Well, that's right. And Reuters is reporting that Rand Paul is leading and is up in different key states. Rand Paul up, Clinton down in 2016 presidential poll. And that's why they're all attacking him. And then I hear this
I saw that. Amazing.
libertarian purist movement out there saying, you know what, I don't think he's perfect, and so I'm not going to support him. Or, oh, he's for abortion, I'm not going to support him. It's not even true. They're hitting him from every angle with disinformation so people don't support him. And we should support anybody being attacked by the system, like this radio show, this /TV show. Folks need to support and buy the products and spread the word, and not even so much defend us online when we're being attacked, but point out, hey, folks, these are most likely bots. Here's a link to mainstream news admitting they have government bots and corporate bots against the liberty movement. And here's Alex Jones covering real news. They don't want us to discuss this, and then take over the conversation. They want to divert it into racism. In fact, we've tracked it with the IPs. You'll have the same bot responding and writing so fast it can't be a human, posting on 5 or 6 articles simultaneously at Infowars.com saying N-word, 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 and then countering going, you racist white, and it's the same bot just spreading racial fighting. In fact, we need to do reports on that. We need to actually show that. We need to really let people understand that when they're being hit with disinfo like that, that's exactly what's happening. And just point out that it's a load of bull. And then we use their tactics, but not with deception. We go in and say, they're changing the subject. They're probably a bot. Here's a link to that. And here's a link to why they hate Alex Jones exposing cancer viruses in the vaccines or things like that. God bless you. Appreciate your call, Joe. Let's talk to Tobin in Maryland. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy, go ahead.
I've had a bad year, and quite frankly, I don't want to really sound like I'm ranting, but if what's happened to me can happen to anybody else out there, this is not America that I signed up for. It's
Tell us what happened to you.
3 things. I own a small apartment building. For the very first time in 20 years, I evicted a tenant. Process because of the screwed up takes 5 months to get rid of them. During that period of time, the tenant nails the apartment for over $40,000, and all I get is a thank you. And oh, by the way, I'm responsible for tracking them down to try to get the money from them. The system is screwed up. The worst one is after 22 years of employment, I'm sitting.
Stay there. I'm going to come back to you in 70 seconds in the third hour. Inside IRS whistleblower and more coming up. We're desperately defending what could be the final days of the Republic as every form of oppression and tyranny grows like a metastasizing hydra cancer. We're talking to Tobin in Maryland, and when you talk about what's happened to people economically, the hardworking business owners of this country, I don't care what color you are, while they're busy raping our financial future, they're trying to get us to racially fight with each other. Black unemployment's doubled under Obama. And so all they do is sit there and promote racial division because that's all the George Soroses have got. But this gentleman was talking about what renters go through. And I don't know about your state of Maryland. I know Texas is a little bit better. That's why folks are coming here. But federally, they can still come after you if you kick somebody out. they'll make all sorts of stuff up. I know people that own rent houses and apartments, and they'll do stuff like do bizarre. What's happened to Mike Hansen? They showed up and said, we've had a filing that the tenant was white and you were black, and called him names. And they showed Mike the report, and Mike goes, I'm white. And the tenant was white. And the person said, we don't care, Hansen. We're still investigating it all. And like a year later, they were still messing with him, and he had to get lawyers. And he went, it doesn't matter in the report if we're both white and they claim I'm a racist black person. I mean, it's just people, believe me, I've dealt with it. People just make stuff up now. Anyways, I'm ranting. Tobin, finish up with what happened to you this year. So you get screwed over by renters, and then you were saying you lost another job, or what happened?
Well, I had the same job for over 22 years. They made us take a prevention in violence in the workplace online thing that looked like it was designed for somebody with a third-grade education. I have a PhD. And I looked over to one of my coworkers because one of the things on it was they were discussing where they came up with the term going postal. Unfortunately, a guy went a little bit, shall we say, nuts, and shot up about 6 people in a postal place, but he used about 50 or 60 rounds. I turned over and looked at my fellow employee, made a joke. You know, I just call that bad marksmanship. You know, if I went in there and went postal myself, at least I'd get 60 or more than 60% shot to kill
Hit rate.
Yeah, hit rate. By the end of the day, I was escorted out of the building and fired because I made. Oh
yeah, I mean, look. Clearly, that's why you have the TSA, and they've been caught in this and had to back off. People say, I don't have a bomb in there, and they'll go bomb. He threatened bomb. He threatened a bomb. And then they'll misapply a terroristic threat, bomb threat law on you to put you in prison when you clearly weren't making a bomb threat. Here's an example of that. Mental health evaluation ordered for suspect in Sandy Hook harassing calls case. He was thinking about putting his kid in the school, so he called him in the morning and kept saying, call me back. I want to know if you're going to, do another staged event, which, again, you could say might have concerned them, but it wasn't a threat. He's in a mental institution, and it's on the news now that that's criminal. So, see, they're trying to make free speech criminal now in this country. I mean, look, Clorox just got caught asking that they be able to have one of their symbols be in the iPhone, and because other companies do, and then that's racist because it's a white bottle. I mean, you didn't know that?
Yeah, no joke. This is not the America that I signed up for. It's really, I cannot believe it's 22 years. And like I said, I'm not saying this for whining. If this happens to me, it can happen to anybody else. Yes,
it is happening. I know multiple people at different jobs, one at a car dealership, one at a bank, that talked bad about Obama, and the Secret Service came and ordered them to fire them. And they didn't threaten Obama. So, yeah.
Introducing the first proprietary oxygen-based intestinal cleanser, OxyPowder. Backed by real FDA-approved phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials. People are suffering from all kinds of digestive issues these days. All the toxins from the air, the food, the water, ultimately ends up in the gut or affects the gut. My main focus was to come up with a remedy for this, something that's safe and effective that anyone can take on a regular basis to keep their intestinal lining clean. My recommendation is to clean your intestines at least 2 to 3 times a week to prevent the toxic buildup from going into your bloodstream. Take your health into your own hands and start cleansing your body today with OxyPowder. Secure your OxyPowder today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.